Now, let's look at the next example over here. A fair dice, all right, it's rolled twice. Okay, now what does this sentence means over here? A fair dice, okay, basically a dice lah. Huh? So, which means I have one dice. Okay, I have one dice. Okay, let's just say it's number one. Okay, I have one dice over here, and I roll them twice. Okay, I roll them twice. So over here I have two outcomes, right? I have this. This is my first row, and this is my second row. Okay, so basically that's what it means. A dice is rolled twice. So when I roll one time, I will get a certain result, right? And then whatever the result I get, okay, all right, and then I will take the dice again, I will roll it for the second time. Okay, so that's what it means with this sentence over here. Okay, now my question here is to work out the probability of landing on a multiple of 3 and then an even number. Now when we want to do an independent question, we do not need to always draw a tree diagram, okay? We can actually solve it directly based on the question itself. So again, the moment you see this, all right, multiple of 3 and an even number, you can actually straight away form your equation. So what are we interested is we want to find this, all right? What is the probability that my first row I will get a multiple of 3, okay? And then you take up the dice again, you take your second row, and what's the probability that I'll get an even number, okay? So that's what it means, all right? So I'm interested in finding this probability, okay, which is the multiple of 3. And when you see the word n over here, it means multiplication, the probability of even number. Okay, so I'm just interested to multiply these two probability over here. So again, when we talk about a dice, how many outcomes are there? There are a total of 6 outcomes, right? So there are because there are 6 numbers, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? So my first row, what's the probability that I will get a multiple of 3? So let's look at row 1. Multiple of 3 means my times table 3, 3 times 1, 3 times 2, and so on. Okay? So my multiple of 3 will be 3 and 6. So with this, my probability is going to be 2 out of 6 because I have 2, okay, outcomes out of a total of 6 outcomes. So over here, my probability of getting a multiple of 3 in my first row will be 2 over 6. Okay? So I'm going to multiply with my second probability. So I'm done with this. I'll take back my dice and I will do my second row. Okay? So my second row, what's the probability that I will get an even number? So even number over here, it's going to be my 2, 4, and 6, right? So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay, my probability will be 3 over 6. So all you need to do now is to multiply both of the probability together, which you will get 6 over 36. Okay, we're done with the first question. Okay. Now, here comes the second question. All right, the second questions, I'm going to erase this because they are interested in another event. Okay, let's look at the next question. So they are asking you to work out the probability of rolling a multiple of 3 both time. Now, multiple of 3 both time means what? Which means I will get my first row, I will roll a multiple of 3, and my second row, I will roll another multiple of 3. So I can write this as like this. Okay, I can write this as probability that I will roll multiple of 3 and I will roll another multiple of 3 for my second row. Okay, so that's what it means. So I'm interested in finding, I'm interested in finding what's the probability of I'll get multiple 3 for my first row. So you can see over here, multiple 3 again, it's going to be 3 and 6. So that will be 2 over 6 here, right? The word and again in probability means multiplication. So again, then after that, I will take back my dice and I will do my second row. Okay, so what's the probability that I will get a multiple of 3 again? So it will be 3 and 6. So that's going to be 2 over 6. So my probability will be 4 over 36. Done. Okay? And my last question over here, all right, I will erase this again because they're talking about another event over here. Okay, so what's the probability I'm not getting 6 either time? Not getting 6 either time basically means I'm finding the probability of getting not 6 for my first row and not 6 for my second row. Okay, so not 6 over here, not 6, which gonna means my 1 to 5. Okay, so not getting 6 for my first row is going to be that. So my probability will be 5 over 6. Again, the word and in probability means multiplication. And not getting 6 for my second row is going to be 1 to 5 again. So that's going to be 5 over 6 again. So just multiply the probability, you should get 25 over 36. And there you have it. We are done. Okay? So a quick recap over here. Always check. If you see the word and, they're talking about independent event, which means you have to just multiply the probability. So find the individual probability over here, the individual probability over here, multiply them, and then you're done. Okay? That's all.